This is Dumbed Down Life number 125.
I hear
Good evening, Darren. How are you?
Good evening, Lance. I'm not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I have been this week. I've not been very well this week.
Oh, dear. I know that you had a bit of a late night on Saturday, wasn't it?
Yes.
You've not spent the last 4 days recovering from that, have you?
No, I did have a 2-day hangover, to be fair,
Ouch.
which is a sign I'm getting old because I didn't have an awful lot to drink. But yeah, a two-day hangover. And then I had what I can only assume to be a dodgy kebab Monday night. And I've been off work the last 2 days with food poisoning.
Oh, yuck. What, doctors had confirmed food poisoning, or there's no need to confirm it? It's quite bloody obvious food poisoning.
There's no need to confirm it. I ate one thing on Monday. It was the kebab, and the next morning I felt like death. So, yeah, I'm pretty certain it was food poisoning.
Kebab, that mystery meat.
Yeah, but I'm okay now.
What I was going to talk about this week was something which was raised at work a few years ago, and I kind of scoffed at, and it's kind of come full circle, and I'm now wondering more and more about it. I work for a multinational company, and have done for, I'd say most of my working life. I've been working in multinationals, and they've tried to introduce social networks for internal to the company.
What? So, like a Facebook for your company, like an internal Facebook?
Yes. And when that was first mentioned at a previous job, I kind of replied with the same tone of voice as you did. You mean what? Posting what you've had for lunch around the office.
Well, I struggle enough with proper social networks, let alone one with all the people that you actually see every day.
Yeah. Well, this is a thing because you're working for a smaller company.
I am.
So doing something like that for your office probably wouldn't be useful.
No, it'd be easier just to get up and walk over to their desk and say, "Oi, guess what I've just had for dinner?"
Exactly. You were there.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted everybody to know that you're going out to the pub in the evening, you put a post-it note on the front door so that people can read it. So with a smaller company, fine. But I found myself a couple of days ago actually being an advocate of the idea of clicking on like for an article on the company intranet. Because when it comes to like search engines, if somebody is searching for information about a product or about something on the intranet page, there's a possibility they're going to end up with dozens of pages for results and no idea as to which are the better and more reliable sources of information. However, a like on a document can push it further up those search results and therefore make it more visible and more obvious to choose. But that's very social media. Do you get what I'm saying about that?
Yeah, it's sort of like with Google Plus. If you plus one it sort of goes higher up the rankings, and that's obviously the thing that people are mostly searching for. So it's most likely to be the answer that co-worker is looking for.
But that sort of mentality is fairly modern. The idea of interacting with the information that you're reading. If you go to a library, you pick up a book, you read the book, you put the book back, and there's no records of the fact that, well, actually, you're the 1,000th person this week to pick up that book.
Yeah.
You've got no sort of concept of the value that letting other people know.
I suppose in sort of a real life example, such as a book, it would be a recommendation, word of mouth, or a book club or something like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that sort of recommendation, like I say, word of mouth, book clubs, those are all fairly.
You kind of actively have to seek that out, don't you?
Yeah, they're fairly closed things, and when you've got something like a multinational company, if I can put a recommendation about a particular internal document, then people can look at, well, okay, Darren likes that. Darren is based in the UK. Therefore, this may well be a more UK relevant document. He's working in IT, which would suggest that it's the contents is of this particular, and then you start to get reputation. So the fact that Darren has liked more documents than other people means that he's more familiar with the system. I've read other documents that Darren liked, and I respect his decisions. But these are all very social media things,
Yeah, very much.
that have got a potential for being helpful in the work. And yeah, because originally, like I said, originally when I heard somebody else suggest something like this, it's like, it's the big difficult thing now though is actually trying to get other people to recognize it. Because we've got in our company, despite it being a technical company, we've got people who are very wary of the social media, and they don't understand the value of the like. In fact, social media has made you very wary of clicking on like, because in social media, the flip side of the coin is you click on a like and you're likely to end up with spam and junk and rubbish because you've said that you liked that post by Justin Bieber. Therefore, you must be a Justin Bieber fan. Therefore, you will end up with getting all this rubbish forevermore. So it's an interesting sort of environment that we're living in.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that wouldn't happen in an intranet site, is it?
But
it's sort of convincing people that that isn't something that would happen in an intranet site.
Yeah, it's trying to help people understand the difference between one and the other. Because no, you don't want them sort of going onto Facebook and liking things that they don't understand. But you do want them to come on to the intranet and like things to help promote them and to make the things more obvious. I mean, what we're looking at is page hits means that the document is even being found in the first place. And then the next from that is likes and comments.
Which shows that it's relevant to the thing that you were searching for.
Exactly. It shows that it's relevant to the thing you're searching for. And if it's got comments on it, then it shows that there's interest in that subject. And it can help you to make the information that you're giving out more relevant and better. Even if those comments are negative, then the idea is you can go into that document and either correct it, delete it, improve it.
Well, in sort of a Wikipedia sense.
Exactly. But again, this is a mindset. If somebody comes onto the intranet at work and they do a search for something and they find an old document that's not relevant, they won't delete it. They'll simply go, well, that's not relevant anymore, and move on.
So do you have a dislike button?
You don't necessarily have a dislike button, but you have the ability to delete a document, or you have the ability to comment at the bottom saying this is no longer relevant.
So the document, excuse me, excuse me, the documents in your intranet site, is there an open policy of who creates these documents? So could you create a document?
It's absolutely open, yes.
Right. So if you created a document, say 6 months ago, and because of some infrastructure changes, that document is no longer relevant, somebody could put a comment on your document. Would you receive a notification that somebody has commented on your document?
Exactly. I would get a notification that somebody has made a comment, or in the event that I'd left the company, they could actually delete that document. And then I would have got a notification to say that the document's been deleted.
Yeah.
And if I have left the company, then that ends up going to the next person that's relevant. Or if I haven't left the company and I go, well, hang on a second, I can go back, undelete the document and say, well, actually, it is still relevant. However, I realise it's wrong
It
and
needs
correct it.
updating. You can then update it.
So that's the whole idea of like a wiki environment. And but it's not something that's natural. People tend to think if something is on the internet or on the intranet, it stays there.
So maybe you should create a document explaining how this system works.
But then how do you make people read it?
Read it, yeah. You like it a lot and get all your mates to like it.
You're listening to Dumbed Down Life.
Okay, so back in the late 80s, early 90s, can you remember
Well, lad.
when you were lad? Do you remember a TV show called Nightmare?
Yes.
And did you used to watch it?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to watch it again?
Yes.
Good. Because starting on Sunday,
Right.
YouTube are having a week of specialized shows. They're doing a week called Geek Week. And what they're doing, they've said that over 50% of the top 20 non-music related YouTube channels are specifically targeted towards geeks.
Right. Yeah.
So they're having a bit of a geek celebration because it's cool to be a geek. And they're doing a load of special shows and special promotions of existing shows all through the week. And one of those is they're going to do a special edition of Nightmare. They've got the original, or most of the original cast back.
Yeah.
It's being produced by Tim Child, the guy that created it.
Oh, nice.
They've recorded a brand new episode that will be shown. I can't tell you the exact day, but somewhere between the 4th and the 10th of August, which is this Sunday, I think. Is this Sunday the 4th?
Yep.
Yeah, Sunday the 4th to the 10th of August. And every day there's going to be specials, and each day is dedicated to a certain type of geek. So you get to watch Nightmare again.
See, Nightmare for me followed on from a sort of a theme of children's television.
Are you going to say the adventure game?
I was trying to say children's television games, starting off with the adventure game.
Yes, with the Undergrunder.
With the Grundergrunderlando.
Yeah.
Going on to the Crystal Maze.
I think Nightmare was before the Crystal Maze.
Or was Crystal Maze one of those that overlapped?
I think that overlapped as the Nightmare was finishing. The Crystal Maze started, I think, because that was early 90s onwards. Whereas Nightmare started in 87, I think, and ran until 96.
Yeah. But that sort of thing was quite good. I mean, nowadays that's become Fort Boyard and some of these strange Japanese.
Yeah, the Takeshi's Castle and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I was sort of thinking, really, I mean, the way that Nightmare was done, essentially, it's a room that's nothing but a blue screen room.
Yeah.
A guy with a kid with a helmet on that couldn't see a thing.
Yeah.
And then 3 other contestants sitting in another room watching a monitor that's got the blue screen, sort of the backgrounds projected onto the blue screen, and they could actually see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is nothing you couldn't actually do at home now, whether you'd want to or not. But we have the technology on our own desktop computers.
We have the technology. We have the technology. We don't have the space.
No, probably not. But it's doable, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we did try it, didn't we? I think you've got all my green screen now, haven't you? Or has that been thrown away?
No, I've still got bits of it. Yeah.
I actually had huge amounts of fluorescent green paper, and it did work rather well. I think you needed sunlight. The lighting was pretty.
You need
critical.
an even lighting, don't you?
Yeah, which sunlight gives you nicely, but nothing else seemed to work particularly well. And yeah, you could do that at home. The other thing you could do is to put one of these VR helmets on, and the person who's wearing the helmet can see the same,
See it as well, yeah.
despite the fact they're stood in a green room.
Boom, yeah. The other interesting thing about this Geek Week, that they've got a few celebrities involved as well. The likes of Jamie Oliver.
Right.
Quite what he's doing on a geek thing.
On a
I
Geek
don't
Week,
really
yeah.
know whether he's an unknown sort of closet geek, because cooking's not really geeky, is it?
But he does do his own YouTube channel,
Does he?
as in holds the camera, points at it himself, and does his cookery bit.
Oh, right. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They're going to celebrate Doctor Who.
Who?
Doctor Who.
Who?
Doctor Who. I can do this all night. And superheroes. So that I think there's going to be a load of fan parody comedy type. Yeah, did you see the Iron Man baby? The Iron Baby.
I've seen the Iron Baby. Yes.
I'm guessing that sort of thing is going to be shown.
Yeah.
Brian Blessed is going to be involved.
Right.
And Robert Llewellyn.
Yeah. Yes. I saw
Crichton from Red Dwarf.
Yep, I saw a post of his on Google Plus, having to don the rubber mask again.
Oh, is he? Because he says he's going to act as a daily host, promoting
right.
viewers. So I'm guessing he's going to do
Awesome.
that in the guise of Crichton.
Yes, it would seem so.
So yeah, I think it might be something worth looking into.
You're listening to Dumbed Down Life.
And to end the show this week, we have a track from a favourite artist of ours, Jordan Reyne, the Annihilation Sequence, from the album of the same name. Ta-ra!
Ta-ra.
This is the line that I'm gonna take. This is the law. There's no give and take anymore. We are the world we make. We are what we allow. Rule one, don't believe in them. Rule two, they don't believe in you. Rule three, trust is everything. Don't give it out easily, don't let it in. Just do what you're told. You'll do what you're told. You'll do what you're told. You'll do what you're told. This is the wish I pretend to use. This is the rules of my faith in you. Letting in the sun, I'm letting two of us be two on one, and you'll do what you're told. You'll do what you're told. You'll do what you're told. You'll do what you're told.
The truth is this: we are in a global race today, and that means an hour of reckoning for countries like ours. Sink or swim, do or decline. Now today, I want to set out a serious argument to this country about how we do that, about how we compete and thrive in this world. How can we make sure that in this century, like the ones we know, Britain is on the rise? Nothing matters. Every battle we fight, every plan we make, every decision we take is to achieve that end.
Step one, use a pardon of words. Step two, pretend that what you heard is three, deepen meaningful, and four, lost love, hard political. You'll do what you're told. You'll do what you're told. You'll do what you're told. what you're told. You'll do what you're told.
You can call the Dumbed Down Life crew on 07092 274 759.
You can follow us on Twitter. Our account name is Dumbed Down Life.
The email address is ddl.podshow@gmail.com. The website address is www.dumbeddownlife.com.